Hello there, one and all, and welcome to episode 34 of TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded. Whoa, dude. If you're wondering what's going on here with the colours and the swaying visuals and whatnot else, then watch the stream from earlier this week. Tuesday's TerraFirmaCraft Reloaded live stream will explain all. And I'm going to wait for this to wear off now. Okay, so plans for today then. Let's do more immersive engineering. This is what we were kind of getting a bit excited about towards the end of the stream the other day, and I am excited. So we're going to have a look at it, and one of the main things we want is an arc furnace for automating our red and blue steel production. Yeah, it's this recipe right here is what we're after. This is actually much cheaper than it even looks, because normally to make a black steel ingot you would require 1 weak steel ingot and a pig iron. Weld them together and you'd get your black steel. You'd also need to work it on an anvil. What this recipe does is it lets you just chuck in one more steel ingot for the third one, and you're getting 3 ingots. You're not combining weak steel and pig iron for 1 black steel. You're getting 3 for 3 instead of 1 for 2. This recipe is awesome. When we get on to looking at the arc furnace, I mean, apart from it being insanely expensive, I'm talking hundreds upon hundreds of ingots of steel, which we can automate, so we can do that. And with our mob farm we can do that. But these graphite electrodes here present a problem, so we need to make an engineer's workbench. We can do that today. We will do that today. But this hop graphite ingot that makes the graphite electrodes, well, they come from the graphite dust, right? Now graphite dust, we can get ingots. We can do the blast furnace route, but honestly this thing's expensive, the IE blast furnace, and I don't think it works particularly well in this pack. So I'd rather look at this graphite dust here, and we can get it in the industrial squeezer from coke dust, and coke dust we can get from coal coke in a crusher, but they're only the crusher, and the coal coke comes from our coke oven, which we have already. We just put anthracite into the coke oven. So we've been making a lot of charcoal in our coke oven up until this point by putting wood in there. We have quite a lot of charcoal. I'm willing to call it a day in charcoal production. So we've got 2 blocks of coal there, which we'll leave for fuel, but let's throw all of this coal, which is like a decent amount, like 3.5 stacks of coal. Let's repurpose our coke oven now. Alright, so the next step along then would be getting our coke dust, which we would, in fact, no, look, the next step along is then the crusher. We need a crusher to make this into coke dust, and then we need an industrial squeezer to make it into the graphite dust, and then I think we should be able to hopefully smelt it using the smelting setting of our Ender.io thing up here. I think this can just do vanilla all smelting, alloys only, yeah, furnace only, right? Yeah, so we should be able to, unless it's been disabled in this pack, use this, or we do also have a vanilla furnace here, but maybe we don't have anything we can use as fuel. Oh, the charcoal will go in. We hopefully we don't come unstuck at that point. All we can do is try, right? The only other way we could do it is then, the worst case scenario is we would build an IE blast furnace only to use to get us off the ground, because once our arc furnace is built we can make our replacement graphite ingots in the arc furnace itself. So we just need this blast furnace very temporarily in worst case scenario to get us through that bit. Okay, so what's the order of things that we need then? So we need a crusher. The very next thing we need is a crusher. And look, this thing's kicking out coal coke like no one's business. But let's look now at the crusher itself. So here it is. The crusher consists of 10 steel scaffolding, 11 light engineering blocks, 8 steel fences, and 9 hoppers. So it's a 3x5. It will require us to give it some power at some point. Is it going to tell us where the power goes in? Or can we see it when it's made? Presumably the power comes inside or something. So we might want to leave some room around it. We don't want to just cram it into a 3x5 space. However, this area here seems to be not the worst idea. I think we talked on the stream about putting a big balcony out here, like another kind of basalt kind of ledge, basalt brick ledge out here where the arc furnace would sit. So I kind of think we could probably get away with putting the crusher here. How tall is this crusher? How many blocks tall is it? So it's only 3. And you physically drop items in the top, I think. So we might need to, maybe need to use conveyor belts and like a chest to kind of load it. But 3 blocks tall means it's going to sit underneath the cable we've already run there. We can move all these what do you call them? Barrels of water. We can move them all right now. And actually, I've got just the job for these. So let's do this right now. Okay, so I've moved all of the beer and vinegar over here to go with the tannin and the lime water and stuff. I've put the water that we are drinking from over here. But all the other full barrels of water we've moved up here. And the reason for that is to do a bit of this. Do we process it all? Maybe we'll leave a row like that of blanks, but yeah, let's process all of this, or as much of it as we can fit into the amount of barrels we've got here. But that has cleared this area out pretty much. So first thing that springs to mind was that we needed 8 steel fences, and I think the steel fences, well, we've got one already. I think I remember the recipe and it uses these rods that we'd made quite a few spares of, right? We need 8 of them. It's 1 spare, but that's that. Now the steel scaffolding, how do we make those? I think we made a few of these. Alright, so it's fences and steel ingots. And we need, and for each recipe we need, there's 6 that it gives us. And we need 10. So we need to make that recipe. We still need to make it twice. We'll be 1 short. That's annoying. Okay, so to make it twice we need 6 more steel fences, which we can't do. So we need more steel rods, which we can do. It's fair to say even just making this crusher is probably going to put a very significant dent in our steel. So I'm just going to take, like, well, should we just take everything that's sat on the floor here? Yeah, why not? It's like 50 ingots. And so the first thing to do is to grab this press mold, chuck that on there, put the hammerhead back, and then how many of these should we make? Should we make a batch of 10? Let's make a batch of 10. So I think this works. And they should be 2 apiece. 2 apiece. Ooh, that's the door. My door just went. You know what that is? That's a delivery of beer. Oh baby. Alright, where were we? So we've got our rods. We can make more fences. 6 more. And then we can do this recipe twice. Okay, so that's scaffolding and fences all sorted. And then the hoppers we'll get to, the light engineering blocks, right. Okay, so overall for 2 of these we need 12 iron and 5 copper ingots. Makes 2 of them. And we need 11 of them. So we need to make that recipe 6 times. So 12 times 6 iron and 12 times 5 copper. No, 6 times 5 copper. Yes, so 6 times 5 copper is 30 ingots of copper. So we'll start with that. That's a lot of copper. We're going to need to go out and get more copper at some point. I mean, these machines are going to rinse through all of our resources. And then iron we need to make some more. We're going to need to make quite a bit more. So that's 72 ingots of iron just for this crusher. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see if we've even got that. I mean, because we are now farming pig iron out of our mob farm, let's turn all of this rich hematite that we have here into iron. And let's also experiment with something for this hopper to pull. Hopefully we can make things come out of the locker. It's not pretty. And chuck it in there. It works. Okay, good. So now we just chuck all of this in there. Okay, the whole thing's finished and it was 102 ingots. So we've got 30 downstairs. So it means that our entire iron pile is going to be like 60 ingots. It's going to be like one stack of iron after we've finished with this. Anyway, so let's start getting these poured. Okay, we're spent. So look at this, 11 blocks of iron. We can just go. That's a lot of iron. Now I've been gathering up all the resources we need in here. So let's make these engineering blocks now. 12 of these, yeah. So there's the 12 there. So we can shift click this. Hopefully that's right. If not, if we've made too many of these, we will use them in the future at some point. But the 18 looks promising there because that's divisible. And then just a couple more ingots around here. Right, 12 light engineering blocks with 30 ingots to spare. That's exactly what we were expecting. And so what does this leave us at here? Not much. 63, right, so I was pretty much bang on there. Well, yeah, and then I guess we didn't really use nearly as much of this steel as we thought we would. Let's pile it back up for now, just for the inventory room, and because they do look nice. Okay, so check this out. We have 4 hoppers already. We're going to need 5 more. So actually, I was a little bit premature in putting the iron back down here, and I worry each hopper takes... Isn't it 8 ingots? They're 8 ingots a piece, these hoppers. So we need to spend another 40 ingots of iron on hoppers right now. 8 times 5, yep. I can still do maths. This is just crazy. 2, 3, 4. 8 and 32, right. But while they're warming, the next stage after the crusher is the industrial squeezer. Industrial squeezer. Oh, okay, so it's just tons more iron. Okay, good, fine. Should we... God damn it. Okay, we're going to need to go out and get more hematite. I don't think we can even make... And look, oh, it gives us 2 of them. Why would we need 2? Can't we just make 1 on its own? I guess not. So we need some green dye from somewhere. Green dye or malachite powder. I think we saved some malachite, didn't we? Dyes. Yes. Okay, cool. So that's fine. So the malachite powder part's easy. So it's just a case of making 2 pistons. They're an ingot each. 4 ingots, that's 6 ingots there. And another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's not too many ingots of iron. It's 12 plus, it's like 14 ingots of iron to make the industrial squeezer all together. That leaves us with 9 ingots of iron left. Having processed all of what we had, all of that hematite's gone. So we're going to reach a bottleneck here where next episode and probably the next week's stream is going to be back out on the road doing quite a bit of mining, I would imagine. But let's make these now anyway. Okay, good. How hot are these now? They can work. Yeah, they're about to go really, aren't they? Oh my god, you guys. I just realised that I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. We might as well keep these forges going, but oh man. What a dumbass. We can make all of our double sheets over here. We've already done this before. Okay guys, this is kind of hilarious. I've made a complete hash of this. I've been playing with this for a while. I've managed to get an iron ingot stuck there. It's waiting for its second piece. I think I've tried everything now. Let's try the red one, see if that gets it going. It's waiting for a second ingot so that it can be pressed into a double sheet. But that ingot there I think is warm. And I've tried like warming ingots to different levels to test if I can get one that's the same heat as it, put into the hopper to make it go. I can't work out how to just pick that up. I mean, what a royal balls up this is. So if we grab this hammer, can we like unmake the machine and then remake it? And are we going to lose all our connections and everything? Oh, that actually did work. And we got the ingot back, and it was dark red. The correct answer was dark red with 3 stars. God damn it. Okay, but luckily the power thing's still staying. So that's like that. Okay, I think we're back in business. That was a little bit stressful for a minute there. Let's put that back on there. Let's go and cool down this ingot, please. Chuck our last 16 in, right, and carry on. Fine. I mean, how could I have forgotten about this? This is so satisfying. This thing is amazing. It saves us all of that stupid time over there. My God. I must be going mad in my old age. Okay, so while those are pressing into double sheets now, quickly, let's just make a piece of malachite powder. Can we do it in here? It just vanished. Oh no, okay, we just went to inventory. I'm guessing not. So we'll just do that like that. Right, we actually got 2 pieces anyway. Okay, whoop-de-doo. I'll put that down there with those bits. This should be done. Okay, we can start warming these 10 double sheets now. What a moron. So I suppose now, while they're warming, we can finish the industrial squeezer recipe. So we just need to gather stuff to make pistons. 2 pistons. So we need 8 smooth stone. 8 of those. And we need a load of planks. What do we need? 6 planks? I think that's everything. Oh, we need a couple pieces of redstone. 1, 2. Okay, so pistons. 2. And then right, and then with these guys here, I think it was like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. 2 industrial squeezers. Oh look, we can just convert that straight into green dye. We'll keep the powder. Alright, so we're going to need a few more wire coils here, I think, guys. So okay, so we're being sensible now. We're using our machines properly for these sheets. How are these? Okay, yeah, these are ready to start making hoppers with. Okay, let's go. See if I can remember this recipe. Might as well show you me struggling with it again. Oh my god, I did it straight away. Oh my god, straight away. Okay, so I can't remember what that was. I think it was like a load of these shrinks until it got to here, and then I just did it. Yes, we've nailed it. Oh my god, that's so good. These ones were taking me ages last time. So shrink, 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 bend, light hit, upset, immediate hopper. Okay, beautiful. And then convert those 9 Minecraft hoppers. Now we are in business. Salvage all of our fuel here. Okay, and so I think we can now just about start to do everything. So let's come over here to grab whatever else it is that we need. Like, we're going to need these guys, we're going to need these guys, we're going to need that guy. And then we can... Oh, we need some treated... Where's the treated wood? Downstairs. So it's a treated stick, right? 2 of those. And the cutters. For 4 more of them. That's beautiful. Oh yes, these sub-items don't have damaged states. It's because these wire cutters are supposed to have durability. But for some reason they don't, and hey, I'm not going to complain. We can happily take that message. Oh look, this guy's finished. Must mean, yes, we got 64. I figure that coal coke also lives in here. Like it might as well, right? So we have that for charcoal. Let's have a nice row for coal coke. Yeah, maybe 2. Because we can store our blocks, our actual coal in blocks. So yeah, that looks good to me. So I think that's everything for a crusher right there. Okay, so yeah, it's a 5x3. So we need to make a decision here about what we're doing. And when it's finished, yeah, you need to be able to access the blocks at the bottom. So okay, so we can't sink it. I was wondering if we could sink it into the ground a little bit here. But no, I don't think that would be wise. But I wouldn't mind it coming outwards. Like, it could come out to here. It could just, like, it could sit right there. We could even leave the grass. Might look a bit weird. Let's take away the grass. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to stick out to there. Are we happy with that? It's going to really change the mood here. We might want to push it back just a couple. I think we can afford to, although we've only got 2 of these blocks left. We need to go grab some more. Okay, I think we're onto it here. So if I can just get that to go, those 2. It's fine. Like how often are we going to be looking at it from underneath that? Like here, anyway. That's all good. In fact, one thing we could do, which might look quite nice, just take the edge off that. Cool. Okay, right, back to it. Where were we? What do we need? This, and we want this guy. So, level 1. How do we do this? Right, level 1. 3 at the back and then 2 in the middle of these guys. So if we put in the back like there, yeah, and then 2 like that, and then all the rest scaffolding on the base. Very good, very good. Okay, yeah, so I think those are fences in a kind of circle around the very middle point, and then a 3 and a 2. Yeah, so that's our 9 fences go like this. With one of those guys in the middle. And a 3 at the back. And a 2 at the front. I think. And then next layer. Just 9 hoppers. Wait. Oh yeah, so we have some spare pieces. Okay, yeah, I forgot that we were going to have spare pieces. So then 9 of these guys. Presume we want them all facing down. And then we just kind of got to like knock on it somewhere, but like I don't know where the magic spot is that we're supposed to knock. On the side maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay, pretty cool. Now is it facing a stupid way? Because we need to get around the back maybe to do things with it. We might want to take this thing apart and move it, rotate it or something. But in terms of its location, I don't mind that there. It's pretty good. Arguably the crusher should have gone down here. Just thinking about it. It probably should have gone with those things. It probably should have gone in that area right there. Can we be bothered to move it down? Should we move it down? We've made this platform now. I might move it down. And it's gone. I changed my mind. It's the next day now. It's early in the morning. I've got morning voice. But I've moved the crusher. I've moved it to down there. It makes more sense. Like, we're keeping things in little departments, little compartmentalized areas. And we've got our sag mills and all this kind of stuff here. And the crusher just makes sense. So I initially chucked it down here and then actually destroyed it again and turned it around. So I think this is probably supposed to be the back. But it makes the most sense because then the plug's on that side. I'm not sure what that input's for, if anything. And then the output's over here. So that all makes a lot of sense. I just put a few bricks in here, but basically kept this area the same. So we've still got some grass in between, which I think looks nice. And now we want to test it out and see if it's working, right? Here's a recipe we can do straight away, which is just throw in some redstone. Ooh. Okay, it went straight away. There's no interface on the crusher. Right, interesting. Look at that. All these other mods, they can't see that TerraFirmaCraft chests are connected to one another. They just seem like separate chests. But that's working pretty quickly. I mean, if you look at this recipe here, in the sag mill, so in the crusher, look, in the crusher we get 12, compared to in the sag mill where we get 8 and a potential extra 4. But then, you know, you've got the chance to get in the silicon and quicksilver. But this is like a guaranteed 12 per piece. Okay, anyway, that works. So that's good. We have one crusher. I could have maybe had a look at power consumption while that was going, actually. I didn't have a look. But I'm assuming it hasn't scratched the surface. Alright, so the actual crucial recipe for the sort of progression line that we're going for today to this graphite electrode is to throw in some coal coke and get our coke dust or something. Just got a nice ring to it, that, doesn't it? So chuck all that in there. In fact, while this is going, let's go and have a look at the power consumption. I really doubt it's consuming as much as the other 3 machines put together, but if we got them all running at the same time at this point, I don't know. Oh yeah, look. The crusher is actually consuming more than we're producing just on its own. That's interesting. There's potential need to add some water wheels to our array here. I mean, minus 16 RF per tick when we have 1 million means we need to run it for a lot of ticks for anything, for us to really significantly feel like we're losing anything. Anyway, those are going to need to go into an industrial squeezer, of which we have 2. This is strange. Why can't we look at it? What are we doing wrong here with this thing? Alright, so just having another look at this. It's definitely not in here, the industrial squeezer. So I've had to resort to looking at the wiki, and it turns out the thing is a multi-block structure. So that's why you get 2 of them per recipe, because you actually need 8 of these things to make the multi-block structure, plus another 19 light engineering blocks. So we need 19 more of these. I think we have 1 spare. So those are 12 iron apiece and 5 copper. Another 9 times that, 9 times 12 iron. Okay, then to get the rest of the squeezers, we're going to need 8 of those in total. It's basically like a 3x3 of light engineering blocks, then 8 with 1 light engineering block in the middle, 8 squeezers with 1 in the middle, and then another 3x3 on top to make a kind of 3x3x3 box. These take 14 a pop for each recipe, and we need 3 of those, so that's 14 iron there, plus the 9 times 12. I think, wait, let me double check. I think we've only got 1 spare light engineering block here. Yeah, so it's like 9 times 12 plus 3 times 14 iron that we need. There's well over 100 ingots, that I can tell you now for free without doing any more maths. We have 9 ingots left down here. So we've hit a wall there. We're going to need to gather some more iron before we actually build the industrial squeezer. But, hey, look at this. We have the crusher. It is working. We have our coke dust. So we just have to chuck all this stuff back in here for now and come back to it. Now, look at my inventory. Is there something wrong with this picture? I've noticed something here. What's wrong with this picture? Where's our water sack gone? Where has it gone? I have no idea. I just went to have a drink a minute ago, and I had to use this thing because I've lost our sack. So we can't finish off the episode with the industrial squeezer, but what we can do is make a new drinking sack for a kickoff. And I believe there's leather in here. 2 pieces. And we need some bladders. From what I recall. Yeah, a couple of these, I think. Is it a couple of them? Let's have a look. 1. Oh, we just need 1. Okay. 1 of those. And I think we need a couple of pieces of this. Okay, well, we only need 2 pieces, I think. Okay, let's see if we can remember that. Don't want to mess this one up. Leather's expensive stuff to nap. Okay, 1 of those. And what's probably going to happen is we will find our lost sack one day. And we'll have 2, which will be useless, but we need 1 of these, so we're just going to make another one now. So strange. Okay, and the last thing I think we can do today then, just to finish off this industrial engineering themed episode, is make our engineer's workbench here. Treated wood fence, treated wood slabs, and a crafting table. This thing's going to look pretty cool, I think. The question is where to put it now. I was thinking what might look nice is over here. If it will let us put it there. Yeah, that's kind of cool, just with the light behind it. I mean, I don't know how to work the thing, but like, Let's leave it there for now. Let's get rid of this grass. Yeah, okay. This crusher is no mean feat. I mean, we spent a lot on this thing, and it's the first time that we're using more power than we're generating. So we've also learned about how much iron we're going to need. I knew we were going to need a lot of steel, and we've kind of been working on that. Iron we're still going to have to mine manually out the ground. Yeah, so that the pig iron farm we've developed is only a piece of the puzzle here. We are going to need to mine a lot of iron. So we've learned a little bit about power and how much we're going to need. We've learned a little bit about iron and how much we're going to need. And we've taken a massive leap forwards into immersive engineering once again. So I just want to get this episode out now at this point. So thank you very much for watching, one and all. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.